recently, actually, the Lakers and Clippers just played, and we got a dub. We did, in fact, get a dub. But what do you guys think? Who's actually the best team in LA?
Clippers.
Clippers for sure.
Clippers.
It looks that way right now, right?
It, right now,
I want to disagree, but it definitely looks that way
It
right
looks that
now.
way, but I mean, this happens every year though. It's always the Clippers, they're rolling, and then just out of nowhere, the Lakers just let's turn
yeah,
it up, man. But
yeah.
right
I
now, I'm
don't I
going to
don't know
Clippers.
about turn it up
But
this time.
well,
You said
finding
who?
ways
Let's
to get
turn it
into the
up.
postseason. I say,
You said
whatever.
Lakers. Let's turn it up.
Hopefully, we'll see. But I
Yeah,
mean, in years past, I mean, it always appeared that the Clippers had the best roster,
yeah.
or the deeper roster, I should say. But you can never rule out the king, man.
It's health. It's health, man. If the Clippers stay healthy, bro, my boy, my boy gets the ring. If the Clippers stay healthy, bro, that think about the story, bro. PG gets his ring. Westbrook gets
They
his
all
ring.
from Cali too. I
Harden
was
gets his
just like,
ring.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Don't
It
let
would
Harden
really
get
be
Finals MVP because he's been doing some crazy shit lately. And
who's
that's
the
all
best
I'm saying.
player on the Clippers?
Who?
The best player
Who you heard me? Who's the best player on the Clippers?
is either Kawhi or Harden for sure.
No. There's no outside of nobody.
He
There's no
just threw
outside of
PG out of there. He
I'm
just
not
there.
throwing. I
he
mean,
said it's either
PG's on
Kawhi or
the
Harden. At least you
PG.
had the right
I think
answer in there
PG
somewhere.
understands as an as an engine. I think he understands he's better. Harden's better than him, bro. That's a Hall of Famer. He's doing things that we've never seen when it comes to assisting and scoring.
You think Harden is better than Paul George? Like you think that with your actual brain or not or
Two.
with your heart? Which one do you think that with?
Who would I want to build a team around?
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, I still think I would use Harden overall for a team metric. Yeah, as a team metric, yeah, I would use Harden.
Who?
But I mean,
As
I
the best
understand.
player on your team.
I think he could do it if he wanted to. Yeah, he just hasn't been asked to do it. Be the best player on the team.
Oh,
What do you think about
Hey,
that,
I'm
Lamont?
gonna just let this Finals MVP keep proving niggas wrong.
hey
If they
man,
go to the finals, Kawhi Leonard is going to be Finals MVP.
That's cool, but what if he's not? What type of conversations are we gonna have?
what
What if he's
conversations?
not?
I
What
mean,
if
They're not
Harden
going to
wins
win.
Finals
They're
MVP?
not going
What
to
type of
win if he's
conversation?
not. That's the
look,
truth.
man.
They're not going to win if he's not.
What if Harden won Finals MVP? What type of? I just want to know. I just want to know what type of conversations will we be having?
What type of conversation? It took him long enough.
That's
No,
crazy.
no. Truthfully, it depends. It depends how it looks. If it was a hard fought series and they won, it would boost Harden's legacy for sure. It'd
For
be
sure.
undeniable. It would probably boost him past Russell Westbrook in my mind. Because currently, I think all time, I still got Russ.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean Harden's better right now. Today, Harden's
Today,
better for
okay.
sure. But all
I
time,
agree.
Russ is up here.
Ooh.
Why is he not?
No,
Russ
no.
got an MVP. Russ got a lead in scoring. He got a lead in assists. He got all them triple double. Why not?
Spit
Why
your
is Harden
bars.
He got
right?
all those triple
Real
doubles.
talk.
I'm
He
not
got
mad at
all
that
those
at
triple
all. I'm
doubles.
about to say, I mean, shoot, I feel like I would pick Russ too, just because of you. Like, you would know, you would almost know what to expect from Russ. And hey,
No,
look, what,
no,
Raylan, spit your
I
bars.
don't know. I don't know. I don't see how we doing that. I don't know.
I'm listening.
I know I'm coming off biased, but bro,
Very much
even when we
so.
talk about Russ's MVP, if you take context into that season, it's no different than what he's done on any other seasons. He's barely squeezed into the playoffs, averaging the triple double. That's what he's been able to do when he would average the triple double.
Hold tight. I'm gonna stop you there. We were 6 seed that year.
Exactly.
In a competitive Western Conference. This was still when the West was very competitive. I just want with that being said,
Bro.
so I'm gonna put in retrospect how difficult it was back then to make the postseason in the Western Conference versus now.
What year was that again?
20 was 20. I'm gonna come back to you on that. I want to
Because
say 2014.
in that same era,
Go
what are you
ahead.
saying?
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, in that same time frame, that's still part of the years where Harden was carrying rosters that shouldn't have been anywhere to 50 wins.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all have valuable pieces on that team. No,
2016, 2017.
2016,
That
2017.
I'm
year,
just saying, when we
Westbrook
had
won
Sam
MVP.
Decker, yeah, Harden should have. I still think Harden should have got it, but that's the first time in like it was in like 40 years that a 6 seed had won MVP. Like they gave it
He
strictly because
took
it
a
was
team.
MVPs.
He took a team with no other good players on it as a
Look
six
at the
seed
team
in
we
that
won
West.
50 games with, and look at that roster up and down, and just be like, you're gonna be like, how the hell did this team? I think it was like 2015. You're gonna
They
be like,
had
how did
vets
this
on that
team win
team.
50
No,
games?
we're
You're
not
gonna
doing
say,
it.
how did this team win 50
Andre
games?
Roberson was starting on that OKC
And
team.
he
Is
was
all I'm saying. I
straps.
know that for
And
a
he was
fact.
straps.
It was
Eh,
okay.
But
Come
where
on.
is he
He was
now?
starting right. Where
Hold
was
on.
he
All
like
right. Well, let's
5
go. Let's
years
go look.
ago?
All right, go look at the roster. Go look at the. All right, I'm gonna find
Sabonis
it.
was on that team. Victor Ola. Sorry, a very young Sabonis was on that team. A young Victor Oladipo was on that team.
Ooh. Let me find it.
Kyle Singler was on that team.
Kyle Singler was
Kyle
on that
Singler.
team.
Need I say more? Need I
All
say
right, now
more?
go to what year
That
is it?
team was Ibaka still on that team? He was, right?
You
Or
say with
was
Sam
he?
I
Decker on it?
I don't
Honestly,
I don't think he
right. It's
was.
close.
No, that's not
I
even the
think he
one
might
with
have been
Sam Decker. That's
gone
not
by
even the one
then.
I'm talking
Wait,
about.
hold on. Let me know if this sounds right, Raylan. You got Francisco Garcia, Joey Dorsey, Troy Daniels, Clint Capella, Corey Brewer, Patrick Beverly, Trevor Ariza. That roster? That's a pretty garbage roster. I won't lie. I
Yeah,
mean,
it was
that
that.
had
It
Dwight
was that
Howard.
roster.
Is that the one with Dwight Howard?
No, Dwight Howard wasn't on the team, bro. That's 55 wins with that roster.
This was 2014.
Now,
This
this was
roster.
2016, 2017. I'm looking at
Okay, let me hear it. Tell me the roster.
Ryan Anderson, Trevor Ariza, Patrick
Mm-hmm.
Beverly, Corey Brewer, Bobby Brown, Clint Capella, Sam Decker, Tyler Ennis, Eric Gordon, Harden, Montrezl Harrell, Nene, KJ McDaniels, Chinahu Onaku, Isaiah Taylor. That's when we got Lou Williams at the end of the year, Troy Williams, and Kyle Wiltshire.
You actually had snipers on that team, bro. You had
I
Ryan
was gonna
Anderson on
That's
hate
that
a
to
team.
tell you that
55 win team.
roster,
Eric,
that roster was not terrible. I'm not denying Harden's greatness. Hold on, I'm not
Yeah,
denying
are you
Harden's
telling me
greatness
that
in that, but
Westbrook
that
could have
team
did
is
that
not
with that
terrible.
team?
It's
West,
built around Harden's play style.
Westbrook could have done that with that team.
who knows? We're not doing hypotheticals though. I tell you that now. I don't believe in hypotheticals, bro.
Are you
And
asking me if they would have won 55 games with
Yeah,
Russ?
I don't. That would have never happened.
It's hype.
All right, all right, let's just move forward. Then it is hypothetical, but that shit would never happen.
no. So this will be the only comment that I have about that rosters team. If you look at everybody on that team, you said Ryan Anderson, Eric Gordon was on that team,
And he became unplayable.
and
That was
did
like
you
one of
say
the worst
Trevor Ariza
contracts
too or
in the
no?
league. Who?
Was Trevor Ariza on that team as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay, so there's vet presence on that team. You have
Ryan
Trevor
Anderson
Ariza,
was like a
50.
shooter.
and also
Ryan Anderson
you had
he
Ryan
became
Anderson, who
unplayable.
was a stretch forward, by the way, that could shoot the lights out the gym.
No way, we doing this.
I'm not saying he's
55
all
wins.
I'll
star.
say
What
I
seed
am
was he?
biased towards Westbrook. I don't
Third
think
seed in the
Westbrook
Western
truthfully would have won
Conference.
55 games with that roster. I
You
don't
know
think
me.
Westbrook would have won 55 games with that roster.
No,
Not
Like
necessarily.
it's just like continuously having us at the top of the Western Conference his whole tenure is just like it was like 1 year I think when we like what 2010 no not 2000 2013 I think where we was in like 8th seed. No I think Harden always had us like at least above 5th seed. He might have always had us at least we might have been 6th seed once. I'm
I
not sure.
remember y'all playing Golden State in the Western Conference Finals.
We did that twice.
Yeah, the same. It was the same year that y'all came back. Was it 3-2
That's why I hate the Warriors, bro. These are
against the
the
Clippers?
conversations that we're having. It shouldn't have been a thing
You
if Kevin Durant didn't go to the Warriors. That's why I
you
hate him.
and I want to and you don't penalize Harden at all for bouncing around. Like he's played with so many great players. You don't
Bouncing
penalize him at
around.
all for that.
Bouncing
Like
around.
I
Uh-oh.
mean, he was in the Nets. He played with KD and Kyrie. He was in Philly. He played with Joel Embiid. We're gonna talk about him for a little bit. I'm sure. We played with. Now he's playing with Paul George, Kawhi, and Westbrook again. And you don't
Can we
forget
use
he played with.
context? Can we
He
use context?
started with Russ and KD, and then
Can
he
we,
played with Dwight. I'm not. Granted, Dwight wasn't the level of some of these other guys, but come on.
can we use context?
I'm
Go ahead.
listening.
Dwight's back injuries, pretty much he was never the same after he left Houston. Chris
Cool.
Paul, when he was with us in his last year, when Chris Paul's hamstring got hurt, that was a ring year. That was a chip year. Next year, Chris Paul is very out of shape. He's considered the worst contract in the league. Literally, people act like it never happened. Worst contract in the league. When we traded for Westbrook, that was like a how did we get that deal done type of deal at the moment when it happened. Then when
Facts.
when he went to Brooklyn, another injury happened. Kyrie got hurt. That was a ring year. Again, unfortunate. It happens. It's unfortunate. The next year was the COVID season. Unfortunate how everything happened with that, where Kyrie was sitting out. Harden's like, y'all not serious. I'm trying to get a ring. I feel like he could have stayed there, but it seems like everybody wanted to leave the Nets. I don't know. I don't understand why KD left the Nets. Like, he didn't have to request a
They were
trade
all
at
trying to get away from each other. That's why they left.
Why were Kyrie and KD trying to get away from each other? Why did
Isn't
KD
that what
leave?
happened?
KD left just to leave, just to find another team he can hop on. So,
That's what Kyrie did. That's what they all did. That's what I'm saying.
bro, the Suns?
I mean, he went to the Suns.
I
Kyrie
mean, but
went to the
also, I
Mavericks.
understand that, but I'm saying, like, even when you put it that way, every other team had a reason to leave. I mean, every player had a reason to leave. Harden was leaving because of the injuries, not the injury, the COVID that was going on, as well as, wait, was it just COVID? Yeah, the COVID stuff that was going on. He was like, Kyrie not serious. So then he
Right.
goes to Philly. Both years in Philly, does Joel Embiid not get hurt in the playoffs? Or right before the playoffs?
He
The first
played.
year, he broke his face,
He
and he was
played,
not
and
the
in the
same player.
closeout games, he was the best. He was still the best player on the team.
The
Harden
last,
couldn't.
so
Harden had 9
okay, and
points
then
in that
last
closeout game.
year again, Harden had to play games by himself because Joel Embiid was hurt again. So it's like, it's not like Harden's just going having these stacked rosters, and it's just I'm not saying not an even playing field because everybody gets hurt, but it's just a coincidence that it's always his teammate that's the one, his co-star that's always hurt.
But let me
So it's
ask you
like,
though. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Mhm.
My fault. My apologies. But let me ask you: don't you consider James Harden to be a superstar?
You
Don't
said what?
superstars still find ways to win those big games?
Who would
And
have
he
beat the
never
Warriors?
does. And I never
Who
think
would have
he's
beat the
going to do it.
Warriors?
And also,
James
Re-
Harden has had big playoff meltdowns that I feel like
Yes.
Westbrook hasn't had.
remember the series against San Antonio,
Hmm.
Raylan?
Yeah.
Jonathan Simmons. Does that name ring a
Yeah.
bell?
Yeah, I get. I get it. Like,
Look,
I understand why that perception is like that. His meltdowns outweigh most of the good he's done, even though his meltdowns you can count on 2 hands, and it stops there. But it just sucks that those meltdowns happen when it happened. But overall, when we talk about career wise, I'm taking James Harden over Russell Westbrook. It's just
I'll admit that's close. I want to bring it back. I'll admit it's close. I'm still taking Westbrook. I'll admit it's close. But
it's
right
very
now
close.
on the Clippers, it is not close. He's not even the second best player on the Clippers.
why is longevity not a factor too? Like being able to adapt to the game. And if Harden can't drop 36 no more, okay, I'm gonna be low on my turnovers and I'm gonna still manipulate the game. I'm gonna facilitate. That's all they asking Westbrook to do. Why is longevity not a factor? And we're talking about the careers of James Harden and Russell Westbrook.
It is.
Good point.
I just think it's play style also. Westbrook's play style is predicated on athleticism. So,
You gotta adjust.
I mean, fair. But James Harden's play style was never predicated on athleticism. He didn't really
I
have
get
to
it.
change his play style
get
too
it.
much.
It's
But
just his
okay.
usage became his usage got lower over the years too. Because one thing I will admit, I did see a statistic like a long time ago, and I believe James Harden had the highest usage rate on any team for like a while, or he was at least top 5 at least.
Yeah.
And then they tried to correlate that to him burning out come postseason time because he's using all of this energy to win 50, damn near 60 games. Well, when it comes to the playoffs, where's this same James Harden that we see in the regular season going into the postseason.
Nah, that's facts. Yeah, I remember one year when we had Patrick Beverly, and he was supposed to guard Curry in the Western Conference Finals, but he broke his hand. So we had Jason Terry and Pablo Prigioni out there guarding Harden. So that was just another scenario where it's like, it is what you got to play through it. It is what it is. But it's just like, damn, that's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But
It's definitely close. It's definitely close. For me, like I said, it's the flameouts. Like that and I hate to get the last word, but I don't know. The biggest one for me isn't even that recently. If you guys remember, it was game 6 in San Antonio. Kawhi's injured. Houston's playing the Spurs. No. It's in Houston. It's in Houston. It's in Houston.
Yeah.
And they're playing the Spurs. And James Harden loses by 30, 40 at home in the playoffs without the Spurs having their best player, like as a star player. Like, I know as a leading guy, Russ has never been out of the first round, but like when he went down with Paul George and Melo to the Jazz, like in the first round, for example, that's a series I think that he should have won as the best player. He shouldn't have lost to Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. That's fair. Shouldn't have lost that. He went down, terrible shooting percentage. I don't remember what it was. It was bad, don't get me wrong. But he had 45, you know what I mean? He went down swinging. If y'all remember, Paul George had like 6 points in that game.
Hey,
But he at least went down swinging, you know what I mean? And that's how I picture Westbrook. Harden, I feel like I picture him more like melting down.
Mm-hmm. I can see where you're coming. I can see what you're saying with that.
It's like, I know I kind of stole it.
I get it. But I think that was the season where we won 55 games too, if I'm not mistaken.
It might have been.
And I think the year after that season, is that when we got Chris Paul? That might be where we were like, fuck it, let's get Chris Paul.
All these good players, you feel me? So many good players. But let's get into the awards. So I'm just saying, a lot of them. Like you said, there are reasons. I'll give you that. But at the end of the day, are they reasons or are they excuses? You feel me?
Unfortunate.
Like, are they reasons or are they excuses? At the end of the day, he's the common denominator.
Of niggas getting hurt?
Let's get into the awards. I'm going to go last. We're going to go Lamont, Raylan, and then I'll end, and then we'll continue in that order. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We're about to get into it. If you're new to these parts, like, comment, subscribe. So, first award, MVP. Thank you for watching another episode of The Last Word. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below so you're not missing out on any of the new content I drop on the channel. Love.